Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, people that are wearing hockey, baseball, basketball, and football jerseys, and anything else. Today, we are going to talk about one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and he is one of the most enthusiastic, most likable, most entertaining, most fun wrestlers of the WCW during its 1999 through 2001 era, and that is Norman Smiley, aka Screaming Norman Smiley. So let's talk about Norman Smiley. Norman Anthony Smiley was born February 28, 1965. Norman was born in England, in the UK. Was born in Northampton in England, in the UK. In the early 70s, his parents divorced, and Smiley and his mother moved to Miami, Florida, in the United States. Smiley attended Miami Beach Senior High School, where he took part in amateur wrestling and powerlifting. He graduated in 1984. Norman was trained by three people: Karl Gotch, Boris Malenko, and Dean Malenko. So that's pretty cool. So anyways, Norman Smiley is well known for his WCW. He appeared in Saturday Night WCW Saturday Night in 1997. He returned several months later with a new gimmick. His new character saw and added a big wiggle to his moves. However, Norman's most famous part in WCW was being part of the hardcore division, always wearing sports jerseys and other stuff. And he became the first WCW hardcore champion, winning the belt 2 times, and becoming the longest reigning WCW hardcore champion, winning it for about 93 days. Holding the belt 93 days. So, to be honestly fair, this is cool. So, let's talk about why I like Norman Smiley. Norman is like I said, he's very entertaining. But I think what makes Norman fun is that he tries. You can tell the effort behind him. You can tell that this guy has a lot of effort. Like, he puts a lot of effort into his gimmicks and stuff like that. In fact, one of the earlier examples of Norman being entertaining is his feud with Chavo Guerrero Jr. See, like I said, he feuded with Chavo Guerrero Jr. On one occasion, he destroyed Guerrero Jr.'s hobby horse mascot Peppy by feeding it to a wood chipper on the January 11 episode of 1999 of WCW Monday Night Nitro. And to be honestly fair, this was one of the most entertaining. This was one of the best mid-Carter feuds I've seen in a while. It's funny and very muchly. Now, in this feud, Norman was the heel and Chavo was the face. But the fans were like, no. Screw that. Norman's the face and Chavo's the heel. It's just so entertaining to see entertaining to see Norman Smiley put a toy into a wood chipper, and then later on Raven will do that, but not in a very fun way. Hey, I also like how Norman Smiley looked in WCW, like before he wear the jerseys. Like, he had some yellow tights. In fact, when I was playing WCW Mayhem on the N64, I liked to play him a lot because he looked pretty cool. Oh, plus Norman. Plus, Norman just looks pretty cool with, yellow tights. In fact, I call them lemon tights. Man. I also felt like Norman had good matches with people like Kaz Hayashi and Alex Wright, and it was just so entertaining to see this guy that looks skinny fight people that's his size. But also, I also wanted to say that Norman Smiley is a person I respect a lot. He's now a WWE trainer under the age of 52 now, and it's pretty cool to see him train newbies and stuff. And to be honestly fair, that's freaking awesome that he's doing that. I also want to say that like I said, Norman is entertaining, and to be honestly fair, he's just, something of fun. Just fun. And very fun this guy is. And I want to see more. And that would be so cool if Norman was in WWF. I bet they would waste him because the whole WCW thing, but maybe in an alternate reality he could have been a great star there and just, stuff like that. However, one of the things that we all remember Norman Smiley is when he was part of the hardcore division during the 1999 through 2001 era, aka the Vince Russo era of WCW. Yeah, Vince Russo's WCW really sucked. I mean, there's some good moments here and there, but it still sucks. But one of those good moments was this hardcore division. It's not perfect. There are questionable decisions in there, but there is some good matches here and there, and it was something fun. And that's when Norman Smiley became just a good popular wrestler to an even popular wrestler. Norman would go out wearing major league or minor league or college league or sports teams. Like, it's so entertaining, like jerseys, most famously hockey jerseys, and it's so really entertaining. One time he had a karate gear. He wore karate gear when he was fighting the Tree Life Crew. He had a feud with the Tree Life Crew. He actually had an alright handicap match with not the Tree Life Crew, with 3 Count, which consists of Evan Courageous, Shane Helms, aka Gregory Helms, aka the Hurricane, and Shannon Moore. Norman was just I mean, when you think of a wrestler that wears sports jersey, you automatically think that, oh, this is not going to work. But Norman, he made that gimmick really work. And to be honestly fair, that is so awesome. I mean, if this was with any other wrestler, it would have failed. But thank God this fit Norman like a glove. I also just love the jerseys Norman's wear. In fact, the most famous jersey Norman wore was a Norman Smiley jersey, which was a jersey that had a smile, that had a big smile, that had a big smiley face with Norman, and it was like a hockey jersey. In fact, if there is a hockey jersey if there is a Norman Smiley hockey jersey and it's on sale, can somebody tell me so that way I can buy it? Man, it's just so cool that Norman got to work with people like Brian Knobs, Ming, aka Haku, Fit Finley, all the members of Tree Count, Alex Wright, Kaz Hayashi, Chavo Guerrero Jr., Goldberg, Terry Funk, Crowbar. It's just this guy was so entertaining, and it's just, man, just I think Norman Smiley's my favorite WCW hardcore champion, because Norman just fit that belt like a glove. Norman really showed that belt meant something. All the other champions, well, with the exception of some, they made that belt worth something as well. But Norman fit that belt like a glove, and he deserved it, and he's worked in Lee. Norman was also just entertaining. I like his screaming gimmick. I like that he's a scaredy cat, but he also has a brave side to him. That's actually really entertaining. In fact, one of the few good matches in WCW 2000 was him versus Terry Funk in Spring Stampede 2000, and that was a fun match. I have to give both Terry and Norman for making that match really fun and just really entertaining. I also want to meet Norman Smiley one day and ask him what's it like to wear sports jerseys while wrestling. Is it difficult? Is it hard? Is it like really, really, really difficult? Is it like uncomfortable? How do you get used to it? You know, just something like that, man, you know? I also like the fact that one of my favorite, in fact, my favorite female wrestler, Asuka, became friends with Norman Smiley, and that's really great, and that kicks ass in my opinion, you know? And that's really awesome. I also like that he's the godfather to Vampiro's daughter. He's really good friends with Vampiro. You know, Lucha Underground commentator and underrated WCW wrestler. It's just so cool. You know, it just really is this cool thing that this guy did. And, you know, I also loved the fact that he just entertains us with his big wiggle, and he has fun with it, and, you know, he really, really gives a crap about us. He is so entertaining, and I hope one day he goes to the Hall of Fame. Norman, Mr. Screaming Norman Smiley, if you're watching this, I want to tell you, you are one of the best hardcore theme wrestlers of all time. You are possibly the best hardcore champion in the best WCW hardcore champion of all time. And because of you, I wear a lot of jerseys nowadays because of you. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for entertaining all of us with your fun antics. And I also want to tell you that you are an entertainer. And you are a great wrestler and a great entertainer. And you are amazing. Dude, I wish I was like you and I can entertain the people. I also want to say thank you for training NXT people. You're an awesome trainer, and you're an awesome wrestler, and you're an awesome dude. Norman, thank you for everything. See you guys.